Heard you.
Boom shakalaka. You already know the rivalry. It is Tuesday. It is Who Run This KVN, Who Run the City. It's Tea Time. Is Big Fan Breezy. We in the building. I mean, shout out to everybody that pulled up. Leaf, look, Leaf been waiting. He been hoping and praying, but sorry to disappoint, Leaf. It ain't gonna go the way that you expected. You know what I mean? I
You
guess
was right. On that note, you said 2-1 when we come back. We were supposed to come back Saturday. It was after 3 games, 2-1. So
I said
respectfully.
three. I said 3-0. Honestly,
Oh, you
I
said
said
I said 2-1. I kind of probably agree with 2-1. Yeah, competitive, man. Very competitive.
I mean, both teams did what they were supposed to do, protect home court. Yeah, I mean, the Pacers, I just found out they're undefeated in the playoffs on their home court so far this year. Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, I think the Knicks is also undefeated on their home court as well this year in the playoffs. So, both teams did what they were supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, now we back at the Garden. You feel me? And this team is a prideful team. You know what I mean? Like we ain't going.
You had Mitch Robinson, the first one y'all played the Pacers in the beginning.
Nah, nah.
Y'all lost him before the Pacers series.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. He didn't play the last two
Oh, it was
games.
OG. That's my fault. It was OG, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, nah. You talking about humility for what, bro? Like we still in the playoffs. We still at home. We still undefeated at home. We're going to win tonight, Leaf. You know what I mean? So there's that. But uh, if anybody should show humility is you and watching that fan tone when you talking to me. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Because you guys been on vacation for quite some time now. So, you know, just relax and sit back while a playoff fan is talking. You know what I mean? So back to what I was saying.
Oh
Uh,
man.
so back to what I was saying. You know, both teams did what they supposed to do, protect home court. My team got a lot of pride. We held a players only meeting after game 4. You know what I mean? Because it was the Michael Allen scheme was good. We had a players only meeting after game 4. You know what I mean? So we could talk about what happened and regroup. You know what I mean? Make sure everybody on the same page going into game 5. Uh, yeah, I expect it's going to be a toughly contested game today, but the Knicks is going to come out with a W. You know what I
Can I
mean?
can I ask you something? Can I
You
ask you
can
something?
ask away.
Now again, of course you there to correct me if I'm wrong. That's what Knicks fans do. But I think I remember you saying something of the nature that in the post game interviews, the players sound just like Tommy T. The same thing that Tommy T is preaching is the same thing that the players like. It's that same type of energy that the
Yeah,
players are giving off. So
yeah.
I think it's interesting that they had a players only meeting. And the reason why I said that is because I feel like somebody got barked on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can't play 48 minutes. I can't. I looked at I get this not just being funny. This soliloquy come from seeing y'all bench points. They showing the Pacers bench points and they showing the Knicks bench points, and it's a lopsided. It's a way the Pacers bench is way better than the Knicks bench, which begs the question, right? Bogey and Burks, what's going on with them? What's their production looking like?
Well, Bogey is injured
Oh man,
and hasn't played. Yeah, I mean, and this whole Tibbs is overplaying guys shit is a nasty narrative by the media. One, we're missing 5 players. 5 players are injured.
what
5.
plays? What plays? Just for the people. For the people. What plays?
Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Bogey, uh, and somebody else. I'm tweaking right now. Somebody else.
That's 4. That's a solid 4 though. That still matter.
I said Bogey, Mitch.
2.
Oh,
OG.
And Jalen Brunson is playing injured. You know what I mean? So when we talking about
What you mean? Like how is he playing injured?
he hurt his foot. He hurt
Okay.
his foot. Yeah, but that's not being covered the same way that the media was glazing over the fact that whatchamacallit was injured. Joel Embiid. You're right. It's over for the Pacers game. You're right.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if it's over for the Pacers.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
over for the
know.
Pacers game. But yeah. What I was saying. Yeah, you mentioned bench points. Of course, the bench points is going to be lopsided because we're not playing a bench. Tibbs is running a 7-man rotation.
Is
They're
that helping
playing.
or hurting the Knicks?
We won 2 games playing a 7-man rotation. It's doing neither or. You know what I mean? Like who? Like you guys that are normally not playing on your bench is not playing for a reason. That's a fact. Like the guys is not playing, they're normally not playing for a reason. And Tibbs even did open up his rotation by giving Jericho Sims some minutes, giving Alec Burks some minutes. You feel me? Like the rotation opened up a little bit during the injury. Precious
So what
Achua,
happened? What happened with Burks?
Precious Achua started getting uh some minutes too throughout the injury. So that's the cap that the national media want to the verbiage they want to use because you watching these nationally televised shows. ESPN, we all know they got a bias against the Knicks, and everybody on the inside the NBA staff hates the Knicks. Charles Barkley and Shaquille
Ah,
O'Neal, they hate the Knicks, bro. They never give the Knicks their just due. Never. Even when we're winning, you should see Shaq's face when he have to say something nice about the Knicks. It's pain. It's like somebody twisting a knife in his side when he got to give the Knicks credit. Nasty work. Charles Barkley said he hate New York. He said he hate New York. He said that he can't wait for us to go to the next round so we could get beat by the Celtics. This is what somebody who's supposed to be impartial and give an unbiased opinion is saying. You know what I mean?
but why would he think y'all just getting past the paces? Like again, he's still giving y'all the series, and I'm not convinced. 4 games in, fifth game tonight, like you said, home team. You know what I mean? Winning the games, but when I look at all 4 of the games, 3 of them were close, and one was a blowout. The one that was a blowout was the one with the Pacers. Y'all haven't put it to y'all haven't put the Pacers in a situation in at home where they feel like they don't have a chance. You feel what I'm saying? The way it ended. And again, if Jalen Brunson is playing on a sore foot and heavy minutes, and the Pacers might know that and attack Brunson for that reason. Um, Again, I just think you're gonna need more. OG not being there. Hold on, is OG back for this game?
No.
So he out the whole series?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know where all the other points gonna come from, bro. It's like you're gonna get him from Brunson. Nobody's here to debate and act like Brunson ain't what he is and who he is. But the consistency of offense, and I ain't gonna lie, I still won't call him Ginger Jordan with you. I'm not doing that. I won't do that. But dude is hooping. He hooping. But outside of them two, and I say as a fan of the game, just watching, you can rely on DiVincenzo. But I don't think you can rely on everybody else for offense with a pace of offense. Their offense is just consistently going to put up big points. You know what I'm saying? And y'all do your best when y'all hold them to those scoring games. We said this before the series, but I don't
Uh,
know. What about again? I just wanted to ask Burks. Burks, what's he doing? Is he
he played.
stepping up?
He played good the last game. I think he had like 19 points. Uh, I think he had 19 points the game before that. He gave us a solid 15 off the bench. Uh, he's playing good. But you asked where the other points is going to come from. You forget that Josh Hart had a 25-point game the other day, like our last win. You forget that Dante, even in the loss, had like 30 points. You
No,
feel
I
me?
said Dante.
And because you said where the other points are coming from. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I know. I said, but I'm not calling him Ginger Jordan with you.
and
Yeah, but I know you're talking about Dante.
I
He
don't
not.
I don't expect you to, you net fan.
So you
Uh,
got all the other Knicks fans calling him Ginger Jordan?
Not all of them. It didn't catch on yet. You know what I mean? It didn't catch on yet. But they calling him that they still calling him his high school name, which is the Jordan of Delaware. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to change it
Oh
to Ginger
man.
Jordan. Ginger Jordan got a better ring to it. Uh, BJ, BJ, I already know, bro. I already know. I ain't trying to convince these net fans, but they gonna learn. You know what I mean? They gonna learn. But yeah. So
Learn what?
yeah,
Seven man rotation.
yeah.
Who's
But
like that's not
they
enough.
you know they've been saying the same shit since the first round. They've been saying the same shit since the first round,
Come
and to
on, that's different.
the point of what you gonna call it that we haven't convinced like had big victories over the Pacers in the series. Neither did we in the first round. We didn't blow out the Sixers in no game. Every game was close, but guess who's sitting home? Guess who's sitting home? And who's in the second round? You know what I mean? So the, a win
I
is
mean,
a win.
can I ask you
A win
something?
is a win is a win, no matter if it's by 2 points or 20 points. You only get one win for it. You can't carry over points into the next game, and that's a fact. Yeah, I mean, they got to come to the Garden, which in the playoffs the Pacers are 1-4 on the road. Yeah, I mean, let's not act like these things don't matter. You know what I mean?
I'm
That's
listening.
and
I'm waiting.
and to land the plane so you can ask whatever silly question you about to ask. Everybody else is complaining about minutes except for the players on the Knicks team. Everybody's complaining about the minutes except for the guys who actually playing basketball who goes, hey, there's no excuses. Like, because in game 3, we was in a space to win that game. We should have won that game, but it took a step back half court heave from Nimrod to beat us. That was the luckiest
Hey,
shit I've ever. That's the luckiest shit I've ever seen. Step
I
back
want
half
to
court.
on that note. Oh, well, I'll
Like
wait for more. I'll wait.
he didn't even believe that shot was going in. This nigga was running up the court laughing. You know when you did something you're not supposed to do. You start walking like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what it took to beat the Knicks. You feel me? And we got caught slipping in game 4, but we back in the Garden tonight, and we gonna show y'all something. Don't you worry. Now ask your question. Go ahead.
Hold on. For one, I want to say again, when you say that Cam Thomas step back jumper is once in a miracle shot, no. What Nimrod did, that's a miracle type shit because he don't do that. Cam Thomas has been
Why
known
we talking
to
about the
shoot
Nets?
from to hold on to shoot
Why we
from
talking about the Nets?
hold on
Why
because
why why
of
we
the
why we
color contrast. Hold on, this is something you said. It's not like I'm going away from the conversation because I'm going somewhere with it. I'm gonna bring it right back. But case in point is that shot that he made, he was 1 for 7 before he hit that. That shot before Cam Thomas made in the Garden, he was hot the whole fourth quarter. So again, it's what he do. So next time you speak on Cam Thomas, especially in the fourth quarter, no, that is what he do. Now Nimrod on the other hand, I give it to y'all. You could consider that a miracle shot. I
yo
don't know what happens tonight if he could shoot like that, but I know after that shot, the next game, he shot the three ball well. I forgot what his exact stat was, but he shot the three ball well. And I think since he hit that miracle shot, he been shooting well. That's got big confidence, and I'm saying his confidence exploded after that.
yo
I'm just saying,
yo
if he out there hitting threes, I ain't gonna
the
be
whole
surprised.
in game 4 the whole team shot well. There was nobody on the Pacers who shot poorly in game 4. Yeah, I mean like it. And you also go, do you? Nobody could tell me they honestly believe that the Knicks coming in this game is going to shoot 30 sub 40% from the field. Nobody can tell me they believe that. You know what I mean? That the Knicks is going to come out this game and shoot sub 40% from the field. Shoot, well, I think it was like 12% from three. That's what we shot in game 4. And nobody can tell me they believe that, gang. Nobody can tell me they believe that. And as far as Nimrod go, uh, yeah, The whole team shot well. Nobody was missing in game 4. Not one person. I'm like, yo, when I saw Miles Turner shoot a step back three with the shot clock running down over 2 defenders and it went in, I said, yeah, we might be in trouble today. Everybody's hot. If this is the kind of shots niggas is making today, I don't see us winning, gang. But you mentioned Cam Thomas as well, bro. Why are you talking about stuff that happened 6 losses ago? You know what I mean?
No, I contrasted it. I tell you the contrast.
Nobody cares what happened 2 years ago, bro. You're talking
I
about
care.
that's 3 years ago.
I,
it's two.
but you said it was a miracle shot. It wasn't from Cam Thomas.
Who
He do
cares?
that.
Who cares? Y'all,
Just saying.
we on a 6-game winning streak against y'all, and you talk about stuff that happened 3 years ago. Who cares?
I
Who
care.
cares?
I'm the one that cares. That's
I
what I
know,
keep telling you.
I know you care because that's the only memories you got to hold on to. That's the only memories you got to hold on to. When you hold on to your net blanket at night and you go to sweet dreams, you go to that shot because that's all you got to remember right now. Because it's 6 losses in a row for you. 6 losses. Nobody care about that Cam Thomas shot, but you.
I don't know, man. I mean, again, all I'm saying is, okay, for things that I can expect from players, I can expect for defense to be on Brunson because of that guy. What's his name off the bench? McConnell. Yo, dude, defense is tough on him. Know what I'm saying? Word.
His defense is being wildly over exaggerated. Yeah, I mean, like,
staying in front of him.
Yo, Brunson been giving. The person that Brunson hasn't been able to score on has been Naismith. He's been giving McConnell buckets. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. It looks nice because McConnell is picking up, full court and all that stuff, and he's getting away with a lot of fouls. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I mean, it's playoff basketball. This is expected. Yeah, I mean,
for teams to get away with fouls, especially at the guard, because we've seen that happen too. That's, you know what I mean. So I mean, we'll see, man. I want to see a clean game be called. That's all I'm saying. Listen,
I have no argument with the refs. This whole series because I feel like the games has been called fairly. That both teams is getting away with stuff. It's playoff basketball. You know what I mean? But Rick Carlisle, pulling the whatchamacallit, what's the Sixers coach name?
Nick Nurse.
He pulled the Nick Nurse and started crying about refereeing in a game that I thought was superly called right down the middle. Both teams was getting away with fouls. Both teams. Like, they weren't blowing a whistle for both teams. But, niggas can't handle losing to the Knicks. They got to feel like the only reason they lose is because the refs had to help somebody. But that's not the case because they're getting away with both.
I'm hearing that too.
Yeah, and that's from Nick haters, of course. Of course, that's from Nick haters.
They breaking the game down. Again, free throws matter. Free throws matter, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Free throws matter. A team that don't shoot more 3-pointers than us, they don't go to the paint like that. So how they gonna get fouled and get and go to the free throw line when they're chucking threes most of the game? Because that's how the Sixers play. And if free throws matter, the Pacers are the worst team at sending people to the free throw line in all regular season. They send people to the free throw line at the highest rate of any team in the NBA this past season. So what are we talking about here? They're foul prone.
I'm just saying they matter. And it could be a make or miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, again,
you can't complain about free throws for a team that is not just in this series. It's been all season that they send people to the foul line at the highest rate. This is not just against the Knicks. This is against the entire NBA. This is what they do. They put people on the free throw line. It's not an anomaly because of this game. It's not the refs calling a favorite whistle. This is what y'all do. Y'all hack.
The Pacers hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think at the end of the day, when you got somebody like Tyrese Halliburton yelling at Brunson, you can't guard me. He not scared of the Garden. He gonna go in there and he again. I don't know, man. He had 35 the other game. You know what I'm saying?
And
He's
that
a
was
tough act for y'all.
he was at his home court at the Garden. He didn't shoot the first game. He only shot 6 shots. The first game at the Garden. Second game, he didn't shoot at all in the second half. But here you go talking about he's not scared of the Garden. He was at the comfort of his crib. The reason why I don't like Tyrese Maxey because he only talks shit when he up Halliburton. The only reason he only talks shit when he up 15. I don't respect that. I respect people who talk shit when it's tied, when they behind. Like that. Those are the people. Tyrese Maxey, when the game is close and tied, he's quiet as a church mouse. He's quiet as a church mouse. He don't be talking. But when you up 15, you want to beat your chest in. And he didn't say that. He said that to Dante. That's what he said to Dante. He didn't say that to Brunson. He know better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He
So
know better.
you saying Brunson got better defense than Dante?
No, I'm saying he know better to talk shit to Brunson. you don't poke the bear, gang. Because that's what happened. That's what happened in game 2 to TJ McConnell. He talked shit to Brunson, and then Brunson cooked him. you don't poke the bear, gang. You don't poke the bear. So
I mean, again, I'm not saying Hart not gonna go off, but even if Hart go off, DiVincenzo and Brunson go off, hypothetically, I don't think that's enough to beat the Pacers. Because I think you can rely on them at the Garden. But again, the reason why I said this, T-Time, is because even though there's evidence to prove different, that's the first round. Second round, there's wear and tear. And this is the knock on Tibbs and the heavy minutes that the starters got to play. Bro, I mean, they are playing heavy minutes.
Heavy minutes in the playoff is the most dumb thing ever. Because you could go back in history, the best players of their team always play heavy minutes. Even Charles Barkley, somebody who was complaining about minutes, and when you go to his last finals run, he was averaging 43 minutes a game. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's why it's stupid to complain about minutes in the playoffs. Like,
I'm not complaining. I'm saying the Pacers have that advantage because they play more of their roster and they have less wear and tear, and they could play a faster game because these guys out there fresh on 100. Like, everybody on 100 on the Pacers. Y'all playing at 100. Y'all ain't look like y'all played full speed last game. Y'all look tired.
I think we got caught slipping, and I think we let go of the rope in that game. You know what I mean? I don't think that it was more of a fatigue thing. I think it's more of like, oh, shit, yeah, this game over. Let's wait for game 5. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was that. These niggas was hot, bro.
First quarter down. Yeah, I was down big first quarter.
Yeah. These niggas was hot. They wasn't missing nothing, son. Like, I don't know if you watched that game, bro. Like,
I didn't get a chance to watch that game. Oh, so it was 34. I could see it was 34-14 going into the second quarter.
Bro, these niggas wasn't missing nothing. Like, I'm sitting there watching this game like, yo, this crazy. Like, they not missing nothing. But it is what it is. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think the whole Tibbs is running guys into the ground shit is stupid. You know what I mean? Even when they try to correlate it to injuries, most of our injuries are freak accidents, right? Julius Randle's shoulder, we saw that play. That can happen to anybody at any time in a game. That was Jaquez, whatever his name is, undercutting him when he going for a layup. Mitchell Robinson's re-injury came from Embiid throwing himself into Mitchell Robinson's legs. Bogey's injury came from what's his name? But Nicholas Batum throwing himself into his legs. You feel me? Like, when we talking about the injuries of the Knicks, OG Anunoby on a fast break, he's running full speed. He goes up for a layup, get pushed in the back, and the way he stopped and landed is what pulled his hamstring. Like, this is not like non-contact injuries and wear and tear injuries. This is freak accident type shit. You know what I mean? So they even tried to correlate that to people get hurt, bro. It's basketball. like these guys are running fast and flying through the air. These are not non-contact injuries. Even Jalen Brunson hurting his foot came from him stepping on somebody else's foot. Like, or somebody stepping on his foot, excuse me. You know what I mean? Like, these are contact injuries. You feel me? And that's why I get upset when they talking about the minutes. When you look at how depleted the roster is, and you want your best players on the court. That's just the fact. You want and need your best players on the court. And when you talk about the freshness, bro, the first two games, we outran the Pacers at their own game. We beat them at their own game. We got caught slipping on their home court. And that's what I make of it. That's it. That's the end all be all. Dante DiVincenzo going 1 for 11. That ain't gonna happen again. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I hear you, man. But I see they let McBride let it fly. He was 6 for 17. I mean, 3 for 11 at the 3-point line. I heard you speak highly of McBride. You think he show up tonight for y'all? Because it looked like because of all the injuries, he's integral off that bench. You feel what I'm saying? And he played 32 minutes. What you think y'all get from McBride tonight? You think he contribute to winning, or does he even get playing time? I don't know.
He's definitely gonna get playing time. He started to find a little rhythm in the fourth quarter of the last game. Obviously, is garbage minutes, but he was struggling before that. Yeah, I mean, but it's also still good to start seeing the ball go in the basket to help you get into the rhythm for the next game. Same thing with Alec Burke. I think that was important, those garbage minutes, for them to be in the game and start seeing some success with the ball going in the hoop. Yeah, I mean, from a rhythm standpoint. So excuse me. So yeah, I think he contributes to winning tonight. You know, it's a known fact that role players play better at home, and we at home, and the Garden's gonna be rocking tonight. You know what I mean? So I definitely think we get back in the win column. You know what I mean? I think we need to get back to prioritizing defense and offensive rebound. And one thing I saw in the last game that we weren't doing, I think we switched from, crashing the offensive glass to trying to protect from the fast break. And that was another thing that hurt us early on, is that we had all our players, leaking back into defense instead of trying to secure offensive rebounds, which is something that we heavily rely on to win games. I think we need to go back to that. I think Coach Tibbs need to play Precious Achiuwa more, because when he's on the court, I like what we need that size pause to secure rebounds, and I like him as a better matchup of guarding Siakam versus him playing Josh Hart at the 4. Josh Hart is he plays bigger than pause his size pause, but he yeah, but it's too much of a height disparity between him and Siakam. Siakam is just shooting over Josh Hart. And I like Precious Chua, his height against Siakam. I'm not saying that he's going to stop Siakam. I just like that matchup better. And he giving us a lot off the rebounds. He was the one person last game that was cutting off ball and was finding success at the rim, and getting fouled. He wasn't making his foul shot, but he was getting fouled. I like what he was doing off ball. We need to give him some more minutes. Hopefully Tibbs, give Alec Burke some more minutes, because the last 2 games he's been playing pretty well. And I like what I saw from him. We definitely need, somebody else that can create their own shot. And I want to see Jalen Brunson get off the ball a little bit more. I think in game 4, he was pressing a lot, trying to do too much, fighting trying to fight, the double teams and trying to do too much, right? Bro, there's fouls on both sides that wasn't called, bro. I watch people get smacked in the face and no foul call, bro. Like, cut it out. It's the playoffs, dog. Like, it's the playoffs, dog. Cut it out. You probably don't know nothing about that, because y'all playoff run last year was cut short. Y'all ain't really get to experience no real playoff intensity last year, and y'all home this year. So, yeah, I mean, so you probably don't know nothing about that. But if you watch the whole,
even you saying, no, I'm saying even you saying that got nothing to do on how the refs gonna call it. It's notoriously known that the net refs favor y'all when you're at the Garden. I mean, it just is what it is.
It is not notorious known. That's a made up fucking analogy.
Adam Silver came to the game.
He's from New York, bro. What the fuck you talking about? He's from New York, bro. And
Oh man.
I guarantee, whenever whenever the Knicks is not in the playoffs, he's gonna be in the next round. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna be in the next round. We could say that whatchamacallit. Nobody was saying that when we was playing the Sixers and Joel Embiid went to the free throw line more than a whole New York Knicks team. Like nobody was saying that no, they
No.
notoriously favor the Sixers at their home court. They get the
Everybody
whole
know Embiid is a free throw merchant. Everybody
get
knows
out of
that.
here, bro. Get out of here,
Everybody
bro.
knows
So
that.
and if it was such a plot for the Knicks to win and the NBA to help the Knicks win, why we ain't win in 50 something years? Shut up with that shit. Cause that's the
I'm saying
dumbest
ever since LeBron said what he said, you know,
that,
it's,
that's
it's,
the dumb that's the
he wore a
dumbest shit.
Nick he wore a Nick towel after a loss to the Lakers. I mean, just saying.
And LeBron is playing chess with the Lakers. That's more about him trying to get leverage over the Lakers and do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? But if the Knicks ain't win a championship in 50 something years, this whole conspiracy theory that the Knicks, like the big market team versus small market team, that's cap, bro. Because if that was the case, the Knicks wouldn't have had a long playoff drought for 8 years. Like that, that's the dumbest shit ever, bro.
LeBron ain't say nothing until last season. Now look,
Bro, we already made the playoffs before LeBron said anything last season. Who cares what LeBron said?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, listen, bro. That's the dumbest shit ever, bro.
Hold
That's
on, Swiss said Siakam ain't even go off yet. Don't forget his career highs at MSG.
what year was that? Was that this year? No, it was
Nah,
not.
I
It was
don't think he
still in.
was. I think
It was
he was
still
a
in.
rapper.
It was still in Toronto. It was a different team. Like, bro, like, come on, get out of here with that. Who gives a fuck about Siakam's career high at MSG? He ain't do that this playoffs, and he's not gonna do that this playoffs. So relax.
Lee said the core discrepancy in MSG in this series favors the Knicks.
He don't listen. The Pacers throughout the whole series, the whole season, has been sent their opponents to the free throw line more than any other team in the NBA. There's not a conspiracy. These guys hack. That's their MO. That's their DNA. But you want to sit here and make it to seem like they're doing the Knicks a favor when really these guys are hacks. It is not just the Knicks; they hack everybody. That's why teams shoot more free throws against them than any other team in the NBA. You want to deny the facts and make it a conspiracy thing. I get it, Leaf. Your feelings is hurt. You want the Knicks to go home so you can feel better about yourself that night when you go to bed. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it. I know the Knicks being in the playoffs hurts your feelings. I know you hate seeing the orange and blue in playoff mode. I understand that, Leaf. But you can't deny the facts. The Pacers are the most hackiest team in the NBA. It just is what it is. It is what it is, God.
Yo, all I'm saying is I don't want to be considered a hater. I'm just doing my job. For that to be said to me, I gotta be doing my job. It's no way that you know what I'm saying. I mean, think about it. Didn't say nothing bad about the Knicks. All I did say was the bench on the Pacers outplay the Knicks bench. Regardless of what I think about the Knicks and whether I want them to win or not, these are the statistics. That's not hate. These are facts. Again, like I said to the chat, when it comes down to it, yes, the home teams win. But if going into this game 5, just winning, and again, it's another thing. Seeing, like you said, seeing the ball go in the basket. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers won convincingly. You know what I mean? Go in game 4. So if they riding off the pulse, if they going into the next game 5 with that momentum, and what's tonight? What time y'all play tonight, man? What time y'all play tonight?
I think at 7:30. Hold on, let me check.
Cause this game 5 gonna be epic.
No, we play at 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
going on after the game? How you doing it?
yeah, yeah. We live after the game, but bro, again, Knicks undefeated at home. Pacers 1-4 on the road. Yeah, I mean, no home team has lost in this series yet. And I know this team. This team has done shit that people said they couldn't do all season and continue to do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck about how many points they won by last game or how convincing the victory was for them. It's only count as one W, bro. You don't get to carry those points over to the next game. Yeah, I mean,
The momentum means something. Like it would have been hard for them to get past knowing that they down 3-1 if y'all won last game.
it's a new series. You feel me? 0-0 once again. You know what I mean? And if we got we got two chances at home to close out this series, gang. Like I like our odds. I like our odds, bro. Like I don't have confidence in these guys that they like that. They're not going to shoot 59% from 3-point range this game, bro. They not. They not. And if you think so, you on it. You on it. You on that good stuff. You feel me?
Yo, again, I don't know how well they're gonna shoot. I know that if Tyrese Halliburton, even if he is waiting up until 15 to talk shit, he's still going to be confident going into this game. And I think because the coach, other Pacers, put the league on notice about the refs going into game 5, they're going to be under heavy watch. You know what I mean?
Bro,
So that being said, I think they're going to try to call the game clean as possible. Right? There's always human error, but they're going to try to call it clean as possible.
they've been calling the game
Um,
clean as possible.
huh?
They've been calling the game clean as possible.
Okay,
They
okay. I won't argue that. I won't.
Rick Carlisle was just upset that he took L's. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. You feel me? Because he's complaining about foul calls that wasn't called for the Pacers, but there was a number of times I'm sitting there watching the game and watching uh uh McConnell fucking beat the shit out of Brunson on his way up the court and no fouls are called. You know what I mean? I'm watching,
Brunson a flopper?
I think that's over exaggerated. He does seek contact. You know what I mean? He does seek contact. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But flopping, nah, I don't think he's a flopper. You know what I mean? I think most players, if you watch Siakam play, bro, this nigga throws himself on the floor every jump shot. He
Mm.
throws himself on the floor every jump shot, but nobody talks about that. Every time he take a turnaround fadeaway, he's throwing himself on the floor trying to get a foul. Every time, every time, gang. So, but nobody talks about that. But they mentioned that Jalen Brunson is selling the contact when he's going to the hoop because he's getting hit. It's honestly he's getting hit, and he's trying to show the refs that hey, this guy's fouling me, but they don't call it still, and that's fine. I'm not even mad at that. You know what I
You don't
mean?
think he get calls? I think Jalen Brunson get calls.
I think if they called it by the letter of the law of how Jalen Brunson get hit compared to how much he drives to the basket, he'll be at the foul line way more. He'll be at the foul line way more than he. And I'm not even complaining. I'm just saying it is what it is. He's trying to sell a contact because he's getting hit. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining how much he goes to the line. Again, I'm the one who said I felt like this series been called down the line as far as the refs goes. You know what I mean? I think calls are being missed on. I think calls are being missed on both ends. And if you've been paying attention to the playoffs,
Word.
you've been paying attention to the playoffs in general. They've been calling a physical playoffs everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I think this is called down the line. I don't think Jalen Brunson's a flopper. If you want to call Jalen Brunson a flopper, you got to call Siakam a flopper. Yeah, I mean, you got to call every
No,
star in the
I
NBA.
asked. I asked. I'm not saying that he is.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. If you're gonna call Jalen Brunson a flopper, you got to call every star in the NBA who sells contact a flopper. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is.
I seen Luca do it yesterday in the playoff game with Dallas, and he got to the free throw line and he missed. I said, "Damn, that's tragic." You know what I'm saying? A superstar, you want to be able to close out knocking down free throws. I've seen free throws decide some of these games in the playoffs this season. Do you think that's the case tonight? Do you think y'all win because y'all play better, or do y'all think the free throws save the Knicks? Or do the free throws save the Knicks? How y'all doing with free throws in this series? Is it helping y'all, hurting now? Y'all making them or missing them when it count?
First of all, save the Knicks is a nasty term. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the terminology that you should be using. You know what I mean? Uh, Again, you're talking about when we talk about free throws, the free throw disparity comes from that the Pacers usually don't like to go to the rack. You know what I mean? Because they shot threes the whole game. What are you talking about, bro? It's a fact because they shot threes the whole game. And when it was at the rim, all their points at the rim and in the paint was uncontested. Like, so yeah. But anyway, um, I I think the last game three, excuse me. Game three free throws hurt us because we missed some crucial free throws down the stretch. Josh
Mm.
Hart and Jalen Brunson. But I think we just outplayed them tonight. You know what I mean? Get back to doing what we do, crashing the offensive glass, getting second chance opportunities. You know what I mean? Dante gets back on track tonight. Jalen Brunson gets back on track tonight, as well as Josh Hart. And then
But
you
hold
got the
on,
guy.
y'all want to ask? Y'all still got success crashing the glass without Mitch Robinson?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how we won games 1 and 2 is we dominated the boards. You know what I mean? And all the Knicks victories came from us winning the rebound battle. You know what I mean? The last 2 games we lost that battle. I mean, except for I just told you, you're not listening. See, you so busy typing and want to be a hater, you're not listening. I said majority of their points in the paint came from uncontested dunks and layups, fast break points. Like, let's not forget that fast break points. I think they got like 15 points with the fast breaks. Like, and a lot of that stuff was coming from us trying to scramble to the 3-point line because they were smoking us in the 3-point line and giving them open layups and open dunks. That's where those points came from. I mean, I
60
swish. I don't
points
know.
is a lot, though. That's a good point, though, Swish. That's a good talking point.
I don't know if you watch the games or you just watching the box score. Because if you watch the game, you would actually know. You would actually know that what you call it, that they was cooking from 3-point line, and a lot of the points in the paint came from open scores. You know what I mean?
Listen, hold on. What I will say is, all right, I don't know how long we're gonna be here. I just wanted to go around the league. We're gonna end it with the Knicks, though. Matter of fact, before we even get to the other teams, when we come back, let's say hypothetically we come back next Tuesday, 7 days from now. What's happening with the Knicks?
Wait, say that again. Hold on.
Hypothetically.
No, hold that question. No, I didn't say we didn't get destroyed that last game. You guys brought up the fact that somehow the Knicks are getting favoritive whistles by the referees. And I pointed out the fact that no, fouling is what the Pacers do. And that's a fact. You can't argue that fact. It is what it is. You could go do the Googles yourself. They spoke about it in the game, how the Pacers foul and send their players, opponents to the foul line more than any other person. I didn't say nothing about us getting destroyed. We lost bad. We was embarrassed that last game, absolutely. But you guys brought up a favoritive whistle. And I proved the fact that no, Pacers just foul more than anybody. So your whole point right here is don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. I understand, Leaf. You want the Knicks to lose, but now your talking points is all over the point. You can't bring up a point and then be like, "Oh, that don't matter." Like you brought up the point. But go ahead, Breezy.
No, I was saying a week from today. Oh, if we do the podcast Saturday, where's the Knicks? I'm asking you before we talk about the other playoff games because I wanted to kind of talk about that real quick. But yeah, well, say we do it hypothetically Saturday. Saturday we pull up, everything's good. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening with the Knicks on Saturday? What are we talking about?
I feel like if we win tonight, we're gonna close out in Indiana. Absolutely. So yeah, we talking about the Knicks waiting for the next round. Absolutely. You know what I mean, absolutely. We talking about the Knicks waiting for the next round. If if
Waiting
we
for the
win,
next round. So you think y'all get there before the Celtics?
uh, no, the Celtics probably gonna close out their next game. They up 3-1.
Right.
You know what I mean, yeah. So that's I don't know. I don't know when the next round gonna start. You know what I mean? So I can't say that we be playing in the next round because I don't know when it's gonna start. But
Well, I mean, it all makes sense to me because of who gets rest, and I think the Knicks need the rest more than the Celtics. And the fact that it's 4 games in and y'all 2 for 2 and they 3 for 1, that's going to be detrimental if y'all even make it out this round. Now, shout out to BJ, like I said, troll guard or whatever. I'm doing my job. You know what I mean? And the truth is if you want love for the Knicks and all of that stuff like that, that's what you want. Go to Nixon ish, you know. See, times you know he's doing a recap later. You go there for that. But me, I'm doing my job. So let me do my job. Don't try to stop me from doing my job. You do your job and I'll do my job. How about that?
BJ, BJ, don't worry, gang. I expected this. I expected this pulling up today. Yeah, I mean, I expected this to pull up. I expected this pulling up today, gang. Yeah, I mean, what else they gonna do? They can't talk about their team in the playoffs, so they gotta hate on the playoff team. I get it. You know
We
what I
talking
mean?
about our team, not in the playoffs, but we still talking about our team.
I get it. I get it, bro. So you know when they show up to a playoff party, absolutely they gotta hate. They gotta do everything they can to discredit the Knicks. I get it. I get it. I get it, bro. But we know what time it is. Listen, JJ, I'm just doing the Lord's work. I'm just doing the Lord's work. JJ,
Yeah.
I'm just doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean?
He is still. Please stop it. Oh, listen. Again, I don't like that stain on my jacket. Walking away from this podcast after this, knowing that Nick fans consider me a hater, it's poor taste. You know, I really don't like it. But what I will say is this: if y'all don't get more bench points, I don't see like Brunson gonna do his thing. He's gonna do his thing. And when those starters that y'all talking about go to the bench, if y'all go on a scoring drought, I don't think the pace is gonna go on scoring droughts. I don't because y'all missing OG and Mitchell Robinson, and I think they're a big part of your defense.
Bro, they do go on scoring droughts. And everybody keep on making a big deal out of bench points. The 2 games that we won, our starting lineup absolutely smoked their starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely smoked. So it don't matter about the bench scoring because we wasn't playing out like you can't compare something to what's not on the court. Like if the bench is getting 10 minutes, of course the other bench is going to score more. Like because their bench is playing more points. So the bench disparity is going to be lopsided because one bench is not playing. So that's why I think that's just the dumbest thing ever, right? Like you putting up, the Knicks bench versus the Pacers bench. Their bench is actually playing. But if you put the starters versus the starters, they were lopsided games. Severely lopsided. You know what I mean? So, I mean that's why I get it. The TNT and ESPN is trying to paint a narrative like that Coach Tommy T is a bad coach because of X, Y, and Z because he's playing the guys a lot of minutes. But it's the playoffs. We're injured. He's playing his best players. He's trying to win basketball games. Like what we supposed to play the 10th, 12th, and 11th, the 12th, 12th, and 13th guys off the bench? Like that's what we supposed to be playing. Our playoff hopes is supposed to be rest on the hats of the guys who's on 2-way contracts. That's what we supposed to be doing, right? Put the 2-way guys in, huh? To
No,
try to
I
win
mean,
games. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you per se. I'm just talking in general. I'm saying they talking about the Tibbs is playing. We're in the playoffs. The goal is to win, and you got to put your best players on the court and put yourself in the best position to win. I do say our team is ridiculously conditioned because if you know what the media tried to paint all season is that the Knicks was going to wear down during the season. That's what they were saying. Oh, the Knicks going to wear down in the season. They're not going to make it to the playoffs. We made it to the playoffs. Then they said, "Oh, there's no way we could beat the Sixers. Joel Embiid and Maxey gonna cook us," and we beat the Sixers. Then we go into this series. You let Chuck and Shaq tell it. They said we were supposed to lose game 1 and 2, and look, we won both games. The Pacers did exactly what they were supposed to do, which was protect home court. I'm not surprised. I was confident that we could have took game 3, and we should have. I mean, but I'm not
When
surprised.
Nembhard hit that 3, it was tied. But and then he hit the 3, and they went up by 3 after he hit the 3.
Yeah, I believe so. Some shit like that. Or we was down, we was up 1 or some dumb shit like that. But yeah, I'm not surprised that they defended home court, bro. Like that's not something that's an anomaly. It's the fucking playoffs. This is what happened. Like most teams there's a couple games that's up. Us in what you would call it, the Dallas series is the only series that's 2-2. But I'm not surprised. This is the playoffs, God. Like this is what happens. You know what I mean? Like, and we gonna do what we supposed to do is protect home court. You know what I mean? The Knicks.
The Denver series too is 2-2. Denver, Minnesota.
Yeah. All right. So boom. Like I'm not surprised, but we gonna protect home court. The Knicks has been one of the best home teams in the season. You know what I mean? Like, and then you look at the postseason, we undefeated at home. So I'm not surprised, bro. Like. We gonna come out. We gonna do what we supposed to do. The Garden gonna be rocking. You know what I mean? And Coach Tibbs, working with what he got all season. I mean, all postseason, has been great at adjustments. Great. His adjustments has been perfect all postseason. You refer back to what you gonna call it, the Sixers series. His adjustments on Maxey that took him out of the game, game 6. Into the fourth quarter, Maxey was non-existent because of the defense that we was playing on him in a different, schemes we were throwing at him. I expect Tibbs to have another adjustment today as far as it goes, a guarding a Maxey or a T. Like we gotta slow. A big problem is slowing down T.J. McConnell. I don't even like the way he be scoring. T.J. McConnell been cooking us. You know what I mean? I think I'm not so much concerned as stopping Tyrese Halliburton as I am stopping T.J. McConnell, bro. Like, we can't give T.J. McConnell 20 points off the bench, bro. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. And that's something that that's something I think that's going to be focused on. And we're going to do good tonight. You know what I mean? We're going to do good tonight. It's going to be a Knicks W. And
I don't know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to intervene. You know what I mean? I gotta see it happen. Yo, again, as a fan, is this one of the best series? I said that in the beginning, but all of them just got interesting, man. Besides the Celtics and the Cavs, I think Donovan Mitchell made a business decision. Somebody said that on my stream last night. He done. Mentally, he checked out. There's players like Brunson, like Embiid in the playoffs that play through injury. Him not playing through injury speaks volumes. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Like a strain. So they say he got a calf strain, right?
Calf strain, yeah.
So from my understanding, what a strain is partial tears, like the muscle is starting to tear. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at nobody who don't want to play through that. You know what I mean? Like it'll be great because OG has a hamstring strain. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at nobody because you could risk actually tearing the muscle. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at that. But I also get him being checked out as well. If you watch the way these other guys have been playing, especially when the Celtics go and they run, they quit. Darius Garland, quitter, big quitter. Mobley, quitter. You know what I mean? Big quitter. You feel me? And these are two very important guys to what they do. And then you got you watching Donovan Mitchell playing his heart out, trying to go get this dub, and Darius Garland is letting up the lights too bright again. The lights is too bright again.
I think I won't say the taste of his own medicine, but Garland was real comfortable taking Sexton's spot, being the one guy over Sexton, Pulse or whatever. That's the dual last name if y'all don't know. You know what I mean? And when Donovan Mitchell and took the one spot from Garland, he ain't like that shit, man. He reminded me, remember the dude, he bit the banana, he was like, man, I don't like that shit, man.
From
That's Garland after Mitchell's got that number one spot on the team, man. I'm telling you, man.
I think Garland is just a better regular season. He's a regular season warrior. You know what I mean? He plays really good in the regular season, but in the postseason he disappears.
He don't want to be second fiddle to Donovan Mitchell. I think that's what it is. It fuck up his whole chemistry of what he like doing.
I just don't. Some players are just not built for the postseason. I think Darius Garland is one of them. You know what I mean? I think that's my take on it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if it's about beating the one or number two, but I just noticed in the postseason this year and last year, he goes MIA. He go missing in action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got the Celtics winning that series.
Absolutely. Next game, the Cavs is out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts. I got OKC winning that fifth game. I got them winning. I like Shea. I like the team. I like that every post game when they win, they in the huddle together. I like that. As a fan, I like that. I gotta be honest. I like to see that. It shows team. Like I seen a picture of them like on some NBA photo magazine. Yo, they look like a I won't say a gang. Let me not say that with the YouTube and all of that. But they look tight. Like they chill with each other after. You know what I'm saying? It's not just work for them. Like they cool with each other. They got each other backs. You know what I mean? I got OKC, and I think Luka's playing through an injury, so I got OKC. And again, the first series he could get through that injury. You know what I'm saying? Just pure determination and willpower to get through it. But sometimes the body will stop you. You'll make your mind stronger than the body, but then the body will stop you. Like, yo, you can't play through this. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's Luka more and more as the series is longer. You know what I mean? So I got OKC winning this. If you asking me the series, it's because until next time we back, I got them winning the series. Facts.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know because that game last night came down to the wire. And that's with Kyrie and Luka having a bad game. It came down to the wire. So I'm not willing to lean either way. Yeah, I mean, I think that this series might go 7. You know what I mean? It might go 7.
I think so.
Because the Mavericks proved that they could go to OKC and get a W. You know what I mean? And so did OKC prove they could go to Dallas and get a W. So I'm not willing to count Luka and Kyrie out. I've seen them do too much fire shit. Yeah, I mean, like I've seen them do too much miraculous stuff. And I always said to make Kyrie miss shots. Kyrie just missed. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about Kyrie. There's no defense that make Kyrie miss. Kyrie just missed shots. He has off nights. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's how I feel. And if Kyrie's on, there's nothing anybody in the world could do to stop that.
But I think the gift and the curse was Kyrie having that 12 assists out of the game. When you look at the last game, he was 4 for 11. Anytime Kyrie is playing great in the playoffs is because he took 20 plus shots. Definitely 17 plus 18 hot shots like that. And if he didn't take that many shots, y'all gonna lose. Y'all tried to make the third fiddle be PJ Washington, and they lost because of it. To me, that's that. And I just see them trying to find other ways to score outside of Kyrie and Luka, and I don't believe that PJ Washington is going to be enough to beat OKC. And when OKC is the one that got home court advantage. So if like you said, both teams can win it on the road, but that game 7, I don't trust PJ Washington in game 7 in OKC. I just don't. And I don't know how healthy Luka is going to be if it goes to game 7. But I got OKC in 7 games, to be honest with you. I think it goes to 7. So what's the next game? It's one more. I think we missed it. It's the Pacers.
Minnesota,
Oh,
Denver, Minnesota.
Minnesota. I want the Wolves to win, but I don't think they win tonight, man. I think Denver going to go off that momentum and win that game. I do.
Uh, I think I don't know, man. I don't know. I think like you. I want Ant-Man to win. I like Ant-Man,
I
man. I
do. I
like him.
do.
I like him a lot. But Denver showed this series like, yo, y'all got to remember we are the defending champs for a reason, man. Like, and Cat got to show up, and that's a thing too. That it was a lot of talk throughout the season. Well, before the season, and somewhat like in the beginning of the season of the Knicks trying to make a trade for Cat, and I'm like, hell nah. Y'all complained about Julius Randle in the postseason. Have y'all seen Cat in the postseason? Have y'all ever watched Cat play in the postseason? Because it's not good. It's not good, and Ant-Man need help. He need help because I watched him play that last game, and he was going absolutely apeshit. He was going absolutely apeshit, but nobody else showed up to the party. It was so bad that Mike Conley had to try to start scoring. And that's not his game at this stage of his career.
I
You know
was
what I mean?
saying the same thing. Yep.
So they're like, somebody got to pull up. Somebody else got to pull up to the party.
Yeah.
Cat has to stop bailing out the defense, shooting fucking 3-pointers, and get his big ass in the post and make something happen. They're putting Aaron Gordon on you. Aaron Gordon, as strong as he is, he's a solid defender, but you got height and weight on him.
Mm.
Why are you not in a post punishing them and forcing them to double team you so you could get Ant-Man easier shots for your teammates? But no, you want to sit on the fucking 3-point line and chuck 3-pointers all game. That's nasty.
Mm-hmm. I think they need somebody like I think they need a Trey Young or somebody like that. So somebody that could kick Cat for Cat to get those 3-pointers the way he's supposed to get it. You know what I'm saying? The way he getting they forcing 3-pointers to him, trying too hard to make it part of the offense. Like you said, the defense know he's going there. He's not fooling nobody. You know what I mean? He's being obvious as a matter of fact. So I'm rooting for the Wolves, man. But I don't see how they win in Denver. I think they win the sixth game and it goes back to Denver. But and maybe the Wolves win game 7. I'll say that. And that's tough. Beating the champions in a game 7 at home in the second round when the Wolves ain't been there. I don't know, man. But I do see it going to game 7 and the Nuggets winning, but we'll see. But back to the Knicks, to close out. Hold on. Let me say this about the Nets real quick before we close out. The Nets are eyeing Zach Edey. Shout out to my guy Leaf. Jordy Fernandez coached him in Canada, Team Canada. But besides that, ain't nothing moving. You know what I mean? Been kind of quiet. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody helping me get through all of this basketball without Nets playing basketball. So you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. But that's pretty much it. And we got enough money to sign Clax, bring back Trendon Watford. And that's it. I'll get into the Nets quiz for later. But yeah, that's what I've seen as a recent, and I'm good with that. But back to the Knicks, man. We want to see, man. And again, the game come on. When the game come on, and what time you doing your recap?
8.5 an hour after the game is over.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say this. You already said we're gonna win tonight, obviously.
You're gonna see.
These teams better thank they lucky stars that we not healthy. They gotta thank they lucky stars that we not healthy. Look at how we playing with what we got. And I mean, there's no excuse. I still think we could win regardless. I'm not making any excuses for anybody try to say that. I'm just saying, if we were healthy, these would be sweeps. These would be sweeps. Philly series would have been a sweep if we were fully healthy. This series would have been a sweep if we were fully healthy. But no excuse. We're supposed to win this series even with what we got. You know what I mean? Even what we got, we're supposed to win this series. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, thank your lucky stars, guys. Thank your lucky stars, because it'd be embarrassing if the Knicks was healthy. You know what I mean?
Teams play through injury, but that's why I thought it was significant to say the best bench in the NBA playoffs is the Indiana Pacers. You know what I mean? So, I think that is healthy in the playoffs. Like, you need that because that physical play takes a wear and tear on your body. And I've seen basketball players mad as hell going up the court, yelling at the ref. Not yelling, but talking mad shit. Like, yo, I ain't get that call, man. You don't see that? You see when they put their hands up, they be tight. They be like, yo, I ain't get that call. But that's what it is in the playoffs. And that should take wear and tear on a player to play through such physicality for 48 minutes or more. So I don't know if there's overtime games this season. I think maybe one. But anyways, we'll see.
About the postseason. The postseason, I know the Knicks had one against the Sixers.
Okay, yeah. There was one, but Maxey hit that 3 at the end. Yeah. That's the only one I've seen though. That's the only one I've seen.
I feel like every player complains about calls, bro. That's just what the NBA players do these days. Every call, every play that a player misses a shot, or even on makes, they throw their hands up. Oh, I was fouled. I mean, that's just a part of the game now, complaining to the refs. But again, from my vantage point, I think I've watched almost all the games this postseason, almost all of them. And from my vantage point, I like the way the game is being called, man. I like it. It feels like a little bit of 90s basketball is starting to creep back in. They letting guys hand check again. I've seen a lot of hand checking going on.
I've seen some of that. Yeah.
I got no complaints on the refereeing throughout the playoffs. You feel me? I like the physical nature. They letting guys be physical and actually defend. You feel me? I don't want to see 140 to 150 in the playoffs, dog. I don't want to see that. I want to see great defensive plays. I want to see great defensive plays as well as I want to see great offense. It makes you appreciate what the offense is doing more when it's scoring over tough defense. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, man. Like, as long as if you call it one way on one side, if there's a foul on one side, you got to call it a foul on the other side. That's all I could ever ask. And if you're going to let something slide on one side, you got to let it slide on the other side. And that's all I can ask the refs to do. And I feel like they've been doing a pretty decent job. You know what I mean? Pretty decent job.
All right, but again, like I said, I'm gonna be watching, and I know because of the coach they're gonna be watching the refs. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm excited to see tonight's game between both teams, which I probably won't. I'll probably just get some of the game, but I imagine Ant-Man get 40. But anyways, man. FanDuel, Ant-Man getting big points. I can tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can FanDuel that. And besides that, be careful with that FanDuel shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't take no advice from Breezy, man. Don't take no advice from me. With FanDuel, as a matter of fact, this is just for entertainment only. You know what I mean? I don't want to be liable for y'all $5 trying to win $50,000 off of $5. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm good.
That be really hitting for that. My homeboy told me, like, his friend, my coworker told me his friend bet $3 and made like 9 and some change.
Wow.
Yeah. The day before yesterday. Yeah. He $3 made 9 and some change. I'm like, and he told me the I can't remember the parlay neither, but I'm like, no way, dog. Like,
right.
No way, dog.
He need a YouTube channel or something. Know what I'm saying, like,
I forgot who it was, but he took somebody for 40 points. He took somebody for 4+ threes, and then I think he took somebody for like assist or rebound or some dumb shit like that. And it was like a 4-leg parlay that he got like nine and some change. I was like, I could never think like that. Like I'm too scared to pick those 40 points. I
mhm,
never picked nobody for 40+ points. Like nah,
40.
but
Yeah, now I miss Cam Thomas doing it 3 games in a row. All 3 games. I couldn't believe that shit. I say, God damn, man. I'll be this close to playing FanDuel sometime, man. But do it at your own will. Do it at your own leisure. You know what I'm saying? But if you do it, have fun. But when you start getting vexed too much, like, because you just missing, you got 10 right and 1 wrong out of 10 out of 11 game parlay, chill. You know what I'm saying? You gotta relax. But have fun with that shit. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be watching tonight's game. And like I said, I'll have some Nets fan content later tonight. Hopefully, see some things shake up. But
last thing before I go, I saw a picture of Tyrese Maxey today. I mean Tyrese Halliburton today,
mhm.
with a Reggie Miller shirt on, and I'm like, yo,
Wow.
you guys gotta, I gotta cut it out. You know what I mean? Because the whole choke series, which everybody leans on when they talk about Reggie Miller's legacy as a Indiana Pacer versus the Knicks, they lost that series.
Mhm,
Stop trying to invoke the spirit of Reggie Miller because they lost that series. And
mhm,
and truth be told, Reggie Miller ended up being the one choking because three, they was up 3-2 in that series when
mhm,
he did this. They was up 3-2, and the Knicks
mhm,
came back and won in 7. So,
mhm.
and y'all gotta stop trying to invoke that. It's not a winning thing. It's not a winning thing, dog. It was a cool moment. It was a cool moment for Reggie Miller. Yeah, I mean that was his championship because he never won a championship. So that was his championship, and
Mm.
he got cursed by. That's a Spike Lee curse for him. You know what I mean? You gonna do that and grab your Johnson and talk about that man wiping his face? Look, man, you never won a championship and you lost that series.
That's what he did.
Yeah, that's what Spike Lee said. Like he that's why it got so heated because he grabbed his junk and was talking shit about to Spike Lee wife that was sitting right next to him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't supporting that. But the whole choke thing, I ain't know. I thought it was just Spike Lee was talking trash on the sideline the whole game, and he just did that because of that. I ain't know it got personal. That's crazy work. I ain't with it.
Yeah,
But shout to him.
and
Shout to him.
TNT is trash for flying because Reggie calling the West Coast games. Game 2,
Mm.
they had Reggie calling the Knicks Pacers game, and they made the whole show about Reggie Miller in the choke game. And guess what? Indiana lost.
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard Josh Hart was talking crazy to him too because of that. They
Yo,
said,
oh, yeah, he said, yo, you don't hear they telling you fuck you. Well, at least we're
mm.
not talking about none of those guys. We talking about Tyrese Halliburton. We talking about Tyrese Halliburton uh, uh,
Yeah.
what you call it, Reggie Miller, and guess
They
what?
funny.
Neither one of them, none of those people that you mentioned, had a team that was poised to win a championship when they had Jermaine O'Neal, Reggie Miller, Ron Artest. That was supposed to be their year to win a chip, and Malice in the Palace happened. That sounds like a curse to me. That sounds like a curse to me and the whole team. And they had what's his name? The dude from All the Smoke, Jackson, Steven
Steven
Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah.
They had Steven Jackson. Yeah, those guys. We not talking about those guys. You feel me? We not talking about Jordan Duncan. Malice in the Palace was playing. Ah, shut up. Yo, Leaf, be quiet, bro.
Yeah. Oh
Yo,
man.
Leaf, take off your tinfoil hat, bro. Yo, Leaf is just chatting now. Balancing the problem playing.
Yeah, shout out to Leaf, man. We gonna talk Zach 80 later, man. But yeah, man, that's all I got. I ain't giving the Knicks to win. I'm rooting for the Pacers because they're a fellow ABA team. And just because I'm not rooting for the Knicks, just because I'm rooting for the Pacers, don't mean I'm hating on the Knicks.
Yeah,
It's
you
two
are.
different things.
Yeah, you are.
It's two different. It's two different situations. Um, but yeah, man, that's all I got. I'm just coasting right now. But I'm gonna do the pre. I'm not. I mean, not the precap. The recap. I'm gonna recap the games. Y'all could pull up and talk basketball if y'all want. Shout out to Brockwork. He said I'm hating on the Knicks.
I know. Listen, I know you net fiends are, and that's okay. I expect nothing less. Yeah, I mean, I expect nothing less because
That's my
I
guy.
I don't hide when I want the Nets to lose all the time. You know what I mean? That's just the way I am. I don't like the Nets. I despise them, and I want them to lose all the time. So I don't.
Nah,
They said
Brockwork.
they gonna
Nah,
buy.
Brockwork. Chill, Brockwork.
Shout out to Brockwork's son. Facts. Shout out to your son, Brockwork. Facts. Yeah, let's go.
Listen. The Knicks are winning right now, Brockwork. I want to tell you something. My son, he trolls me all the time, and I only said that to say they're gonna come around. Sometimes your kid, they go astray. You know, they wander without the parent, and they find things and they see the glitter and the shiny and whatever, and you gotta tell them everything that glitter ain't gold. Everything that shines, you just gotta wait for the come up. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So you know what I mean? Don't worry. Our sons will come around, Brockwork. It's all good. He got a sad face emoji.
Not Jay over there pulling for the Knicks. I'll send Jay a jersey. Don't worry. I'll send Jay a
Nah.
jersey.
He not pulling for the Knicks. He like to troll me. He like to troll me. He like
That's
to
my
troll me.
guy. That's
I'm gonna
my
be
guy.
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. If my son he got 2K, if he had a character on 2K and it was a Knicks player, I'll be scared.
Yeah.
I'll be kind of nervous. I ain't gonna lie. But he ain't got no 2K character on that's a Nick player, so I'm
Look,
good. My son is good. My son is good.
yo, Leaf, you said this last series, gang. You said that last series, gang. That's what you were saying. You were saying the Knicks was gonna lose last series. It was only a matter of time. Yeah. You said that last series, Leaf. I mean, you gonna say that every series is going. That's what you're gonna do. You just gonna wait. You gonna wait. You gonna wait. That's what you're gonna do. Oh, at the beginning of the series, you definitely said we was gonna lose, Leaf. Beginning of the series, you definitely said we was gonna lose to the Sixers. You definitely said that. But yeah, don't worry about it. Keep waiting. Keep waiting, gang.
So
Yo, give me
Brockwork say
J1.
he don't like the Brunson midi. He said he don't miss him with the midi. His midi tough. Brunson
Yeah,
midi, he be making
yeah.
that midi. His midi tough.
Again, yeah, you definitely did, Leaf. I ain't gotta lie on you, gang. I ain't gotta lie on you. Cause you definitely been preying on our downfall. You know what I mean? And that's cool. I ain't gotta
Hold
lie
on,
on
just
you.
because he wanted the Sixers to beat y'all, don't mean he believed it. I remember him on the podcast. He was saying that because Embiid was hurt, like he was playing through injury, but he was like a healthy Embiid, they would have beat y'all. So I can't let you do that to Leaf. He definitely was saying that. You know what I mean? He did say good luck. See, I wish he didn't write that, but he did say that. I remember
Yeah,
being
I remember him saying good
as
luck. But
as a
also,
Nets fan, I remember being mad at him
I
saying that.
also remember him having confidence that the Sixers was gonna beat us. You know what I mean? But that's okay. That's okay. You keep waiting, Leaf. You know what I mean? You keep waiting. You keep waiting. Orange and blue skies, gang. Orange and blue skies, gang. Don't you worry, Leaf. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Jimmy J1. I see you.
Yo, what Al your team come on today?
You funny. Listen, the players, since the coach came in town, the players they practicing, they getting to know the coach. They got him on speed dial. They could call the coach, yo, what up, coach? What's going on? You good? Oh, you want to meet up? Just we ain't gotta be in front of the TV. Let's just go to get some practice in. Oh yeah, that's happening. That's happening. Jordy Fernandez is active before the playoffs even finished. So believe that. Believe he done spoke to some of the players since he been in town, since he been the head coach.
I think I did
Believe
read
that.
something. I think I did read something that they went and pulled Ben Simmons out of Miami off of Miami Beach. You know what I mean?
No,
With his toes in the sand.
not
I
him. He
died.
don't. Not him.
I heard that he's back in New York. I heard he's back in New York. I heard they pulled him
No.
out of Miami Beach with his toes in the sand.
I was talking about every player on the Nets but
Nah,
Ben Simmons. He's the
nah,
only player I actually was not talking about. You know what I mean? I was talking about every player but him, actually.
I did read that he's done rehabbing. You know what I mean? And they pulled his toes out of the sand in Miami Beach and brought him um back to New York. That's cap.
Mm.
Brockwork. That's cap. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart talk about how after every game, Julius Randle either calls them or had conversations with them about the game and giving them encouragement. So, yeah, again, false narratives, gang. False narratives.
I don't know what's gonna. I ain't got nothing to say on Randall's situation, but I will say that it's clear that Brunson is the one on this team. More than the one, he's the engine of the team. Not that it matters, not that it matters, but at one time it did. But now it don't. You know what I mean? But that being said, I really feel like it's important to have an identity to your team, and I think Jordy Fernandez is going to help that a lot for the Brooklyn Nets.
Again, I'll tell you like I told you about your last coach, and you tried to tell me how good he was going to be. I don't believe you.
That's fair.
There's three coaches you tried to sell me on, gang.
Not Steve Nash, not really. I was just being optimistic.
Nah, you tried to sell me on Steve Nash. You tried to tell me about how he can facilitate passing and all that because he was doing all this and
Yeah, he wasn't doing that shit.
yeah,
He
nah,
wasn't
you tried to sell me on Steve Nash. You tried to sell me on Jack Vaughn. You tried to sell me on the last guy. You even tried to sell me on the last guy, and now you try to sell me on this Hernandez guy.
I think Kevin Ollie is going to be a coach somewhere in this league. I'm not saying with the Brooklyn Nets. He's not with the Brooklyn Nets, but somewhere, sometime or another, I don't think he's just not going to be an assistant coach anywhere in the league anymore. I think as an interim coach, he did good work enough to be looked at as an assistant coach. I don't think he becomes a head coach, but I think he's going to be assistant coach somewhere. I can see that happening.
Listen, man. I don't got no knock on the Jordy Fernandez guy. I'm just saying. I just don't believe he gonna be what you say he gonna be. You know what I mean? I think the most important thing is, all right, y'all got a good coach, but y'all got to work on roster construction. You know what I mean? Like that's has to be the next priority. Like number one is the roster construction, because your roster is not constructed well enough to sustain winning. You know what I mean? It's too many holes in what y'all do offensively and defensively with your team for y'all to win on a consistent level. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's only a matter of time. I don't think nothing's going to happen until is a champion. A team gets the Larry O'Brien. But the Brooklyn Nets, y'all should expect to see us do something early. Like, it's not going to take a long time. Again, that's to the talking point of Jordy Fernandez already being here. They already announced it. He already spoke to everybody, shook hands, kissed babies, whatever you want to call it. He done did all of that. And again, like I said, I think he's active talking to the players. They actually asked him that direct question. He said, yeah, I spoke to most of the players already. And this was in the first week he got there. So, yeah, we are a team that has something to prove. I'm looking forward to seeing it, though. I'm here every step of the way. I recap every 82 games, 32 and 50. I recapped them all. Shout to the fans helping me grow the page. Shout to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. And you know what I'm saying? We gotta, watch the playoffs and see the pros and cons. You know what I mean? See what we could, hopefully we could implement some winning style basketball to the Nets. But yeah, there's gonna be heavy construction. Like I said, Claxton, Wofford, look for those two guys. But other than that, I'm looking to see what happens.
Yeah, last thing I got to say, because I know you got to get ready to go. Last thing I'm gonna say is this. I'm watching the draft lottery, right? And I'm looking around, and I'm looking at the teams. I'm like, I don't see the Nets. I don't see the Nets up here. These fools don't got a first round.
Nah, this is only now. I think that's one of the first things that shakes up. I think DFS and CJ is on the trade block, and I think we get a first rounder for them. I don't know how this plays out, but I don't see them as part of the core going forward. We have a core, but they not in it.
Nobody giving you a first rounder for Dennis, DFS and Dennis Smith Jr. And nobody's giving you. And Cam Johnson, they not giving you a first for that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You want to get some players in return in a second. Like, ain't no team giving you a first round pick for that. No way, Jose.
I don't know, man. I don't even know the players besides Zach Edey for the most part coming out the draft. We've been big on talking about Zach Edey, and I seen him in the draft combine. He looked good. He looked like he could hoop. If we could get him, that'd be dope. I'm gonna watch the summer league. I know Noah Clowney's gonna be in the summer league, but that don't start till June, so I ain't tripping off that. But we'll get to that another time. But I had seen something real quick where they was talking about, I think the Bleacher Report, where it was saying players that's untradeable, and Noah Clowney was the player for us. Out of all of the players that we got on that team, they said Noah Clowney is the one that's untradeable. He's like a Claxton with a 3-point shot. So
yeah, I ain't got Noah Clowney. I like his game.
Me too. I really think that he's a player that's a smart. But one of the good things Sean Marks did was drafting Noah Clowney. Draft him young, got him here at 18. He's 19 now, but he'll be 20 when the season starts. Yeah, man. He's somebody that I think, I won't say MIP material, but him getting a solid one season under his belt in the NBA, I give him a double-double. He averaged a double-double, and he's on that block list too. He's definitely on that top 10 blocks in the NBA. I give him top 10.
Yeah, since trades were mentioned, I gotta say this: I'm not entertaining no trade talks during the postseason. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like you got media outlets trying to talk about Devin Booker and somebody else, like other people. I'm like, bro, no. First of all, no, hell no. And second of all, no, I'm not entertaining no trade talks during our postseason run. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. We're still in the playoffs. I'm not entertaining that. That's horrible. And the people y'all want us to trade for is disgusting. Why would I trade for Devin Booker? Why would I trade for him? Because one is going to break up the whole entire team for a guy who hasn't won anything. He hasn't won anything. He just got swept in the first round, dog. Why would I trade for him? Like, get out of here, bro. Nah, nope, no, thank you. And I'm not entertaining no trade talks. Nasty work. I think this team has proven that there's no need to make any major changes or no splashy trades, because look at where we at with what we got. You know what I mean? And everybody, like most people know with common sense, know that if this team was healthy, how scary this team would be. You know what I mean? So look at what we had to deal with all season, the people that we were missing, and when we were actually healthy in the month of January, we were 14-2. You know what I mean? In a regular season in January when this team was healthy. So I'm not no major trades need to be made. Do we need to solidify something, a piece or two? Absolutely. I mean, I think Bogey and Alec Burke is probably on the trading block again, so we can get somebody to fill in that starting two position and move Dante DiVincenzo back to the bench. I mean, to help with the bench scoring. But other than that, I don't see any major changes, and I'm not entertaining no trade talks. I mean,
Nah, I hear you. I don't see why even Chinzo would go back to the bench based on what him and Brunson is from Villanova till now. I wouldn't even get a two guard to start over DiVincenzo, but I'm not a Knicks fan, so I don't know. But like I said, man, I don't. I know we straight on our two guard. I don't know if they trying to make Cam Thomas a one, but I think he's a scoring guard more than anything. And if he is a point guard, y'all just want the ball in his hands all the time because he's going to still be a scoring guard and he could play make. You know, expect 5, 6, 7 assists from him, maybe 8. But don't look for no 10, 11 assists. He ain't looking to pass first. He looking to score.
You could be a scorer one and still be effective. Look at Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
He's a score. He's had to turn into a score first guard. I mean, like looking for his shot first before getting other people because of the injuries and stuff like that. But you can be effective doing that. I mean, it's just all about your willingness to pass when you don't have the shot. I mean, and I ain't got no knock on Cam Thomas. I have seen down the stretch he's been more willing to get off the ball.
He play off ball too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't want McCall at the 2. I need him at the 3. So I don't. That's why. If we put him at the 1, then McCall's at the 2. I don't like McCall at the 2. He's gonna have to create offense above the 3-point line. That shit don't. We don't need him to do that. We need him to play off ball. So we got some. I want him at the 3. I want Cam Thomas at the 2. So we straight on the 2. You know what I mean? We got to focus on the 5. So we'll see what happens with that. You know what I mean? But Claxton need help. He's good. But I want him at the 4. I don't want him.
I said the same shit. I think Cox is more of a 4 than he is a 5. I think, because people say that, you need a stretch 4. I think that's highly over exaggerated as well. I think if you got a player who's efficient at what he does at the 4, it don't really matter about the spacing of the floor, especially when you got other perimeter shooters around him, right? Like, but you do need somebody, and what y'all will be able to do on the offensive glass with Clax at the 4 and a prototypical, big man at the 5 would make up a lot of difference. Y'all be crashing the offensive glass at a high level. I mean, a lot more second chance opportunities, which are important. And I think, when people look at a 4 that don't shoot the 3, they look at more of the cons than what could be the pros. And the pros of Clax at the 4 definitely will outweigh the cons. It solidify your paint defense. You know what I mean? Your rebounding to be a whole lot better. Like it's a lot. Yeah, I like that comparison. He's definitely his game definitely is close to the Manimals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he like dunking wise, but defense he better than the Manimal.
Now don't sleep. The Manimal was out putting people shit on the boards.
Yeah, he was. You gotta. It depends what you talk about in his career, because I mean he out the league now, but when he was at his prime, he was nice. I remember him. He played for Denver. He was nice.
They ain't call him the Manimal for nothing, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, nah. So,
Brockwork. That's Brockwork chilling with his son right there, man. That's Brockwork spending. That's you spending daddy son time right there, man. Saying stuff like that, man. I gotta respect it.
But no, that's a fact, bro. Every team do need a Josh Hart, bro. A guy who's just running around doing all the dirty work. Like whatever the team asks him to do, he does. He defends at a high level. He's the best rebounder at his size, and it's not even close. Matter of fact, he's the second best rebounder in the postseason right now. The only person who got more rebounds than Josh Hart in the postseason is the Joker. You know what I mean? That's so like you do need a guy like Josh Hart who does all the dirty work. You know what I mean? Like every team needs that guy. And he ain't wrong for that. Like that's just him observing basketball. You feel me? Like definitely need a dirty work guy. I don't, and that's another thing. I don't think I have a dirty work guy. You know what I mean?
I think Jordy attracted a dirty work guy based on his interviews, the way he sound and playing that side of the ball. Again, like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm not scared to be wrong. But he's a coach that makes defense a priority. That's what it sounds like. So I'm looking for to get defensive players.
Y'all should try to get Thibault, son.
He
Thibault.
might. I wouldn't be surprised if we got Thibault. We got a Portland Trailblazer assistant coach, so maybe somebody off of Portland might come to the team. We already got Trendon Watford. He played for Portland. And I'm just going off of the assistant coaches. We got Juwan Howard. I think he's going to help Clowney excel. If you remember Juwan Howard hooping, he was hard to stop, and he was a power boy. Definitely wasn't a 5 in my opinion, but at 4 he was, for lack of better words, dominant. I won't say dominant, but he was definitely hard to stop. I'll say that he was hard to stop, and I think because he went on a collegiate level, he'll have the ear of somebody like Noah Clowney who wants to, you know what I'm saying, probably work on their midi. I see a lot of good as far as Jordy Fernandez picking assistant coaches. You got Steve Hatsu working with Trendon Watford. You got Noah Clowney working with Juwan Howard. I see the direction that he's going. He's making the bigs a priority, and we haven't seen that with the Brooklyn Nets in a long time. Claxton even spoke out and said that the bigs are important. So them putting emphasis on Claxton, him staying here and saying that they want what Clax want for 2 seasons. Jordy Fernandez, 2 seasons. Clax said he wanted to be Depoy. Felt like he got snubbed 1 season. Jordy Fernandez came in and said we want to see Clax as a Depoy. That got to be good for Clax. You know what I mean? Especially going into his contract situation. To see that the Nets are prioritizing him. Hopefully that entices him to stay. But in due time, man, this is all off-season talk. Now I'm saying the playoffs is happening. I'm definitely watching that. Recapping it tonight. Probably late though. Probably won't be on till like 12. You know what I mean?
So, question, contract-wise, what y'all looking at? What you think Clax is looking for, and what you willing to pay Clax?
Realistically, I'll pay Clax whatever you want, good or bad, because we wrong for paying Joe Harris, wrong for paying Cam Johnson. Had contract issues with KD, Kyrie, which were free agent. But KD did get paid. So there were a lot of misses on Sean Marks' behalf. And if Sean Marks wants to go younger, it looks good giving Claxton a draft pick, a contract. You got these draft picks with the Phoenix Suns. You want to draft players that want to be here. You know, mentally, you want them tapped in. And they tapped in if you paying drafted players. You pay Nick Claxton. Pay him. He's a drafted player, and he plays better than Cam Johnson and Joe Harris. And that's who else you gave contracts. And this is his second contract. He got off his 3-year rookie scale contract, took a 2-year contract, being considerate to the Brooklyn Nets with all of the contract situations they was going through with the superstars that was here. You got to do right by Claxton. It only makes sense. And some things is not just about the worth of the dollar. Some things are just morally right to do if you want to build a culture as a basketball franchise. So if they want to do right as a basketball franchise, building a culture, you build around your draft picks. And I think they start with Nick Claxton. So hopefully that happens.
And what do you make of his comments that, you know, he just want to play for a winner?
Oh, he put pressure on the Brooklyn Nets. Don't have me sign here if we ain't finna build a team that could win. Especially pressure probably from the Knicks too. You know what I mean? He got friends. He into fashion and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He be in his circles. He don't want to be out here losing. He seen the Nets go to the playoffs. He played next to KD and Kyrie. Think about the stuff that they've been telling him. He know that in his mind he could win in this league. He feel like he's a top competitor. He feels like he, you know, if we not winning, it ain't because of me. Because I'm I'm helping us win. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was serious about what he said, and for them to say Clax being a decoy, it shows that they care about his individual effort, because that's the only individual thing they said about them. That everything was team this and team that, and the only individual thing that he said was a decoy. So I know they care about how Claxton feels and things. So Claxton's gonna have a lot of say on what happens with the Brooklyn Nets in this offseason, bro. They prioritize Nick Claxton.
Under a lot of pressure because him being a free agent, there's a lot of teams out there that's going to be pursuing Claxton. You know what I mean? He's not one of those players that you'd be like, yeah, this is a lock. It's not. There's a lot of teams out there and contenders at that. You know what I mean? And you
I bet he could give us a sign and trade if he don't want to stay. You know what I'm saying?
And you mentioned KD. I feel like Phoenix might be one of them that might be looking at, because KD showed that he's been pulling former Nets players over to Phoenix. You know what I mean? So, so what they have Watanabe over there. They got
Watanabe went back to Japan, but he was over there. He got Royce O'Neal, Watanabe.
I could see him trying to get Clax to come over there and play with the Suns. But yeah, y'all gonna have some competition to try to re-sign him, as well as us with Hartenstein at the end. Like, you know, when everything is said and done, we're gonna have a lot of competition trying to sign him. But Hartenstein said that he wants to stay here. Like, that's his priority. You know what I mean? So I'm confident that we can make something work. He was even willing when he was on the Clippers. He talked about it on the Roommates podcast that he wanted to stay with the Clippers, and he was willing to take a pay cut to stay with the Clippers. You know what I mean? Because he liked it over there, and that's where he was getting the most PT. You know what I mean? So I'm confident we could work something out. But I also know that we're gonna have competition. You know what I mean? Like, so we can't try to lowball him. He gonna have to get some of his chicken, and I'm willing to pay him. You know what I mean? I love him and Mitchell Robinson healthy, best center duo in the league, yo. But yeah,
that's fair. I mean, I don't want to debate that, you know what I mean? But health means a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, as far as combination, I seen what I like. I like what I seen from Hartenstein. He's a good player with Brunson. That pick and roll he got a little soft floater in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, for what it's worth, I wanted him on the team before he got to the Knicks. You know, I was real salty when y'all got him. I thought that the Nets needed him more than the Knicks at that current time. So I really wasn't happy for the Knicks when he got there. It is what it is. You know what I mean? He's a great player for the Knicks, but I do wish he was on the Nets. Not now. I'm over it now. But at the time, I wanted him to be on the Nets. But he's a good player. Y'all gotta give him the back. He not gonna. Let me see. Make me an offer I can't refuse type shit. Like he gonna want some bread because he that 1-2 with him and Brunson, who's the most important player on your team. He probably got the best 1 and 2. They probably got one of the best pick and roll situations in the playoffs right now. Probably second to Murray and Jokic.
Yeah. Another thing too is he said something else on the Roommates podcast that kind of made me believe he's staying. Well, it was something that Josh and Brunson said. Like, they was talking about, like, you know, training camp. They host a trip before training camp.
Yeah.
And they looked at him and said, you could pay this year. Yeah, I mean, you can help pay this year. You about to get the bag. You can help pay this year. And he's like, yeah, Lil Duffy. So that leads me to believe that the front office and Hartenstein already have a number in mind that they're willing to, you know, agree to. But, you know, they probably can't make it public yet because of the rules of the NBA. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure that the agent of Hartenstein and the front office has already been in contact. So that's why he was like, yeah, you know, a little Duffy, because he already probably know how much bread he about to get from the Knicks.
Little Duffy. That's funny.
I'm very interested in keeping this team intact for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think it's a little wiggle room with, You know, Bogdanovich, he's about to be a free agent at the end of the season, as well as Alec Burke. So there's wiggle room with sign and trade situations for them. You know what I mean? Uh, but yeah, that's it. But for the most part, I want everybody to. I like my team. You know what I mean? I like my team.
Well, I like them losing tonight. But that being said, we'll see, man. 8 o'clock. I expect. I'll say. I expect it being close in the first half, and I expect it. I don't think nobody getting blown out. I don't. I don't see that shit happening. Like I think it's gonna be a bunch of single digits for the most part of the game. To see double digit lead by any team, I wouldn't bet on that. I think it's
Yeah.
close most of the night.
I don't care if it's a 20-point win. I don't care if it's a 1-point win. All I care about is the W. Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a big game from Jalen Brunson tonight. Listen, I expect it. I'm not mad. Yeah, I expect it. But I'm expecting a W tonight. Expecting a big game from Jalen Brunson. Big game from Josh Hart. Big game from Dante DiVincenzo with some help from Deuce and Alec Burke. You know what I mean? Hope Precious get PT because on the boards he helps a lot. And we're gonna see. You know what I mean? We're gonna see. Knicks is 6. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean, but I'm ready to close out because I gotta get ready. We could do this all day, but I don't know what you mean. If y'all lose, I'm pulling up to your recap. If y'all don't, I ain't. Even if I do, I ain't gonna say nothing in the chat. But case in point is, I will troll if y'all lose. That's a fact.
Yo, Lee. Hope to see you next week, man. That's all I'm saying.
He said about 15.
I hope to see you next week. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up, man.
Subscribe. Please subscribe.
Absolutely. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe, press the like button. We'll see y'all next week. Let's go Knicks. You know what I mean? Knicks in 6.
You gonna see? Oh shit!
Nets in 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Let's go.
Hell no. We at the gym working with Jordy. At the gym with Jordy. I should do a podcast called Gym with Jordy.
Y'all got your feet in the sand. Y'all at Coney Island Beach.
Hell no. Cam Thomas somewhere putting that work, somewhere getting ready. Trust me. But yeah, man, I'm out, y'all. Peace, y'all.
All right, later.
Later.